Icon Radio.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl at Miss Dorsila Ogolla. Karibuni sana to the Afterthought, man.
Yeah, this is MC Paps here, one of the biggest hype men we have in the 254. If you don't know now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jack of all trades. Some call me a multi-potentialite because I do anything.
When you say anything, what do you mean?
I'm a father, that's what I mean. I hustle.
Okay, no one could have guessed that.
Now you know. Yes, and for those people who've been following our conversations on social media, make sure you go to www.iconradio.co.ke. It's a place you get our conversations every single Tuesday from 10 to 12 noon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and social media platforms where they get
Radio KE on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all of that cool stuff. Even TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok, you have 2 left feet. Why are you hyping TikTok and you have 2 left feet on TikTok?
Why are you acting like only
You've
my
never
feet
nailed a dance
appear?
that we've done on TikTok.
Why are you making it feel like only my feet appear on the TikTok videos?
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
You know, there are other things that win, obviously, because we are men. Other things win. But let's talk about the things that
and
actually
people,
matter.
People don't only dance on TikTok.
Yeah.
Are you on TikTok?
Yes, but I never use it.
just for stalking people.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, we all stalk people.
Nah, not on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. On TikTok. IG, I stalk.
Let me ask you, when's the last...
That's a lie. I'm just joking. I don't stalk.
When's the last time you stalked someone?
I don't stalk.
What time do you do it? Late at night or early in the morning?
We have to know about it.
We need
I don't
to
know
know.
what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because it's weird when you do it late at night.
Now that's
But it
weird.
also sends a message.
Creepy, yeah? Depends to who, bro. Depends to who. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
jokes.
And then this is very random. Have you ever been stalking and then accidentally hit the like button?
Oh, I don't mind hitting the like button.
You know, accidentally is not like liking
Accidentally
40
is like you don't want this person to know that you're on their profile, and he actually liked that.
I know for me it has happened and I'm like, oh crap, I like.
But they'll still know that you like either way. So
Well, yeah, it has happened. So you're like, you know what? They might as well get to know it.
okay. There's nothing you can do about it. So direct to the topic.
No, before we get into the topic, I want our guest to introduce himself, so that they can know who's stalking their pictures.
Now that's personal.
Oh, so you want me to introduce myself?
Yes,
right now?
yes.
All
We're
right,
waiting
cool,
for you
cool,
to
cool.
introduce
Okay,
yourself,
I'll
bro.
introduce
What's
myself.
happening? Yeah.
Troy White, originally from Philadelphia, but I've come to Nairobi from Harlem, New York.
Okay.
International marketing impresario.
Some of us have
so
not
that's-
carried our dictionaries. Go a little bit easier.
Oh, that impresario.
Impresario. That's what I am.
Whoa.
Bring a little flavor this morning. You know what I mean? Open up the dictionary a
I
little
know,
bit.
I know.
It's been a while for Paps.
I'm sweating up
High
here. I'm
school.
like, okay.
It is hot as shit. Ooh, can I say? It is very hot in here.
Okay. You have to work on your curse words
I'm
on
sorry.
the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be the
Toddlers
last
listening.
one. All my friends that know me will be like, yeah, sure. That's not going to be his last one.
I've said it. I know it's all going to be easy, but
No, I will watch my mouth. My mom's going to be listening to this. So.
okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been a good behavior.
Hey, Mom.
Shout out to moms. Love you, baby.
so
Awesome.
cute.
That's cute.
I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For once, someone has
I have
admitted
no
it.
problem admitting that, yo. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We have a problem in Kenya whereby if someone says you're a mama's boy, they're like, you're a mama's boy.
Mama's boys always treat women better.
Can I stand and dance?
Because
this
this is very debatable.
Now, I'm sure someone can debate that, but I'm just, all the cats that I know that are mama's boys really appreciate and understand women. And they respect women. So that's, I think it's all right to be a mama's boy.
Okay. It's okay to be a mama's boy only like there's a caveat, Like,
yeah, like if you like calling your mom every 2 seconds, like, Mom, what you think about? Nah.
That's a problem.
That's not a dude. That's not a man. But that's going too far.
Yeah,
I ain't that kind of mama's boy.
Ooh, thank God.
Nah. I love and respect my mama.
Can I kiss my wife now?
You know.
Yeah.
I gotta ask my mama.
And she's still deeply into my life. But I don't ask her, those type of questions, nor do I need to. I'm old as shit. So
you're a grown man. We don't need that. Okay, yeah. Awesome. Welcome to the Afterthought. And
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, feel free. Feel at home. Karibu. And is there anyone you want to shout out at Harlem? Because here in Kenya we really have like a lot of tunatuma salamu.
We're lawyers, we do that.
So
yeah, hang around a lot of lawyers.
I want to shout out my kids, Azza and my son Troy.
Your son is also called Troy?
Of course.
Why?
Troy Jr.
Why are you exhausting the name, bro?
I dig the name, so I wanted to pass it down to my man.
Give your man your second name.
Yeah, well, he's got a different middle name, but yeah, I wanted to, I'm slightly.
Like if I just come and shout Troy on both of you.
Yeah, both of us turn. Like we would literally turn. But he's like always. People say, "Oh my gosh, your children look exactly like you." Yeah. My son
without the beard.
Exactly. No, he actually has a beard.
How old is your son?
He's 20.
Oh, wow.
He's got a big full beard. But always.
Can I ask this one?
Yeah.
For mama's boy to mama's boy, why can I get the beard? Because now my women have to.
I'm telling you, this show is bringing out a lot of insecurities.
You got time, man. You got time.
Because there's this whole
time
notion
is not
about
waiting for me, bro.
This is 2 years
beard gang. Oh, 2 years.
Yeah, this
Goodness.
is 2 years.
So I give myself 4 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were this desperate to join the beard gang.
No, I'm good. I'm not joking, but I'm still good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's from my West African roots.
Yeah.
That brings this in.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, the ladies have a lot of things to say about that, but who am I? I don't know anything.
I don't know anything either about that.
Yeah.
So I just grow up.
No, I'm just looking at the gentleman in the room, and everyone has a beard, so he's probably feeling a bit left out.
Can I drink water? Can I have a glass of water?
Look at this. Bam. And
he's just there.
Can I drink water, please? Can I have a glass of water? That's why I was fighting for my life here, and you poor think I'm joking. I'm like...
Icon Radio.
Yeah, now we're back. Thank you very much for the people who are really holding on to the conversation that we're having right now. We have Troy in the building, and it feels really, really good to see you once again.
Yes.
The last time I saw you in the basketball court, we're in...
it was some tournament.
Strathmore,
yeah.
University.
Where, shout out to my fan program. The best U18 basketball program in all of Africa. We've gotten, over the past 7 years, we've gotten like 75 kids off the streets.
Yeah, awesome.
And into private schools within the Kenyan system. 6 kids into the States playing basketball in high school, and 1 college graduate.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, fam, shout out to my fanboys.
Oh, yeah.
It's dope program.
I think
Coach Chester, Dutch, Queth, and Kevin Ashley. He's the one that started fam with me. He used to be the owner of Java.
Okay.
So shout out to Kevin.
Okay, that's really good. And I have one question for you, because last time I think I was hosting the basketball event, and the shortest player you have. How tall is the shortest player you have? Well, you see my question. How short?
We're like the only team. Well, right now we can't, but then we literally could put 5 cats on the court between 6'10" and 7'3".
Literally, your peeps were just like,
yeah.
Like, give me the ball. Let me just put it here. Can we do this?
A lot of times when we show
just drop it
when we show up to tournaments, like there are people, like coaches and teams that are like, we don't even want to play. Like, fans here, there's no use for us playing.
Yeah.
Like I love those guys. They work hard. We're the only team that has ever been invited on this continent to this huge tournament in Denmark every year, called the Denmark Invitational. And as a Kenyan team, we've gone four or five times. First time we went, we got our asses kicked. Like, just, we lost every game. We were the worst team there out of the 16 countries. But then I was like, okay, I see how y'all playing. All right, let me go back, regroup,
and we
get
come
us
back
up together, and y'all gonna see us next year. You know, it was funny because teams were like, couldn't wait to play us because they were like, oh,
let's start with you,
Kenyans. Yeah, let's start the Kenyans. So I was like, okay, y'all got 1 year. That's the only time this is ever gonna happen. So we went from last place to like 7th place, and then the next year we went to 4th place. Then the year after that we went to 2nd place.
Wow.
Out of like 18 countries. It only had 7 dudes because we could only afford to bring 7 players. And the only reason why we lost the championship is because my guys had played like 12 games in 3 days. Their legs were tired, and they just we could not pull it through in the championship. But all the other teams had like 15 guys. We had 7. Some countries brought even 2 teams of 15 players. We could only afford to bring 7, and we still whooped behind.
That's awesome. That's a very amazing story of resilience.
Yeah. But that's really good because now people now understand. Apart from you being a dad, apart from you being proud of your kids, you still have other things that you're doing. You have a team, and I'm a witness. I've been there. I've hosted one of the games that you guys were playing and stuff. One tournament, and it was the Lawrence Olum Foundation.
Yes.
Lawrence Olum. It's been a minute. I've never spoken to Lawrence ever since. I think he's in the States or something of the sort.
I have not spoken to him in a while.
Oh, in the States, I think. Well, that's the last time we had a conversation. And you also do something when it comes to entertainment. What do you exactly do? Entertainment.
I put together creative marketing strategies for brands, and I do events. So it's something that I've done. It's funny, my sister saw an interview. Shout out Tori, I love you, baby.
First of all, I need to bring out how many shout-outs you actually.
I would probably give like about 52.
Are you low-key
That's specific. That's specific 52.
We normally joke about a tribe here in Kenya called the Luyas. They're always shouting out people.
The best ugali I've ever had were from Luyas. So. And I'm not a big ugali fan, but for some reason,
the way
in our area, you have to get the best ugali, bro. You never go wrong.
Shout out to Georgina and Precious for ugali.
I swear to God.
Awesome.
I think you're a Luya, low-key.
I'm with that. I like it. What were we talking about?
Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Entertainment.
You're about your sister. You're about your sister.
Oh, yes. Bring it back. So she heard an interview that I was in, and I was like, I started marketing when I was in college, when I was working at CBS Records as an intern. And this is like in 85. I started with CBS Records while I was at Howard. So she was like, nah, Troy, you actually started throwing events when you were like 13 or 14. When mom and dad would go out of town, you would throw parties at the house. And I was like,
experience.
I was like, actually, yes. So I've actually been doing events since I was like 13. And I used to have the dopest parties at my house when my parents went away. And I had security, like the biggest dudes on my block. Shout out Joe Nash and Mickey. doing security.
We're at 18 right now. Yeah.
You know, had beautiful women, music, DJ, the whole bit, and nothing ever broke at the house. Like, my parents never knew that I was throwing these parties.
Wow. Yeah, congratulations.
Never. But
that's an art.
Eventually they found out because one of the neighbors didn't complain, but they told my parents, I'm so surprised how good Troy has these parties and there's no trash. There's no noise.
There's no trace.
No problems. And my parents were like, what?
It was like a
What did you say?
What? So they reprimanded me, but they weren't too mad because they were even surprised that I could have 100 people. And we lived in a little, like, you ever seen the movies in Philadelphia? Like, the houses are literally, they're connected together. So they're called row homes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have backyards and side yards and front yards. It's all cement.
Yeah.
So it's not like we lived in a big house or anything like that. But it was, so I've been doing events since I was 13 and I'm 56.
Let me bring it back to you. You're 56. First of all, you do not look 56.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You don't look 56 because...
Thank you.
Yeah, what's the secret?
It's good genes. My mom, when we go out, people think she's either my sister or my girl, and she's 75.
Wow.
My pops looks great.
Your pops is still alive?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And like, I take care of myself. So my stepfather taught me that a man should always take care of his nails, take care of his feet. So I just had a pedicure last week, manicure last week. Like, I take care of my skin. I take care of my hair. You know, so, and that's just because my step pops taught me that. Like, he was like, a man should always look good at all times.
I've not heard you mentioning gym and eating well, healthy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna mention that too, because I work out 4 times a week. I eat very healthy, but I also eat things like ice cream. I have pizza.
Good balance.
I have chocolate every day of my life.
And today you're still gonna have
pig.
chocolate.
I eat everything, but I eat it in moderation, and I take like about 12 to 13 herbs and vitamins every day, like religiously.
And that's awesome.
So,
because
but I would say, I always say my list is prayer first, because that relieves you of stress. Because then you can just give your problems to Jesus, and you don't have to carry all that weight on your shoulders by yourself. So that helps in aging. So I'm not carrying around as much stress as I could be, because life can be extremely stressful. But prayer, working out, eating, and taking care of your skin and your hair, you know.
And love.
that's awesome.
And laughing. I laugh every freaking day. Like, I laugh damn near 50 times a day. I try to, and hard. Let that energy out. Just like feel it, you know.
Like we're drinking water.
You remember when we were at EXP, y'all could hear me all through the halls.
And like,
you know.
what are you laughing about? What's wrong with this guy?
No,
Is Troy okay? Is he on drugs?
And no, that's always the question.
Is he on
No, this shit's natural.
Paps, I like that you have brought that out, because there's this statement that the body keeps score. So we hold, especially about the tension and the stress, it will show on your body. Yeah, it will show on your face. Some of the illnesses that a lot of people battle with and struggle with is basically just not having an avenue to release their stress. And even for men, the culture of self-love and taking care of yourself, putting yourself a priority, you know, because here in our country, for some men, going for manicure, pedicure, doing facials is left to the women and not to the men. So the man's money is for the woman.
That is not in my case. You'll suffer.
Because the man's money most of the time is for her pedicure, her manicure, you know. And I asked a question, you know, do our Kenyan men have a budget for their self-care?
www.iconradio.co.ke is a place to be and get this conversation.
It's a question. Think
and
about it.
Think
about it.
You know, I think their self-care might come in other ways, like playing golf. Or going to that place that's right next door to here. I think that's self-care for a lot of men. Like,
yeah. Icon Radio, Dorsila.ke.
You're not going to talk about that place next door?
No. Let's go for a short commercial break.
Icon Radio.
Hey guys, welcome to the Afterthought with our guest Troy. He's definitely giving us a run for our money with the English, honey. But I'm saying Paps is really doing a good job.
And what? I switch. Ask Troy. I switch. When we speak hood, I speak hood. When we come to English, I speak English.
I know Paps is competitive, so
Nah, let me tell you something. I've never been, and I've been to the hoods in Kenya. I've never been anywhere where no one doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
And I tell my friends back home, I'm like, you know, us Americans, we're kind of ignorant because we normally just speak English and that's it. I'm like, yo, my gardener speaks 6 languages. The woman that cooks, she speaks 7 languages. I just speak English. And then I say, when they're like, Troy, how many, languages do you speak? I'm like, well, I speak 2. And they're like, what? I'm like, English and hood.
like hood is actually a language.
Philly hood language, But yeah, I'm like, I never felt so kind of like ignorant until I came here, and I'm like, damn, everybody speak like 5, 6, 7 languages. Like that's freaking amazing. And we're just golly gee Americans, like we speak English. Yeah.
And it's English. Just English.
But the thing we say we don't owe anyone perfect English.
Yeah. No, but you gotta speak. I tell some of my friends when they get on me, I'm like, well, you actually speak better English than I do.
Most of the time.
What do you mean? Come
you
again?
You speak better English, you write better English because
okay. I didn't know that. Now I know.
Okay, jumping back into the conversation, because we were talking about self-love and self-care because it's important. Yeah, it's part of taking responsibility for your life. It's part of, because if you don't take responsibility for who you are first, for your body, for your mental, how do you take responsibility for every other thing, the job that you have, your family and all of that? But we have this narrative growing up that you take care of every other thing out there outside of you so that it all looks rosy and perfect, while on the inside you're dying, literally.
I can say this before Troy you speak. What I have learned when I was growing up and stuff, most people forget about themselves, and it ends up becoming piling up a lot of pressure. Understand? Because if you're not thinking of yourself, you're thinking about what others are doing, and you want to compete with others, and you want to live the lifestyle for others, and you forget that. What about me?
Right.
Understand? What do I have? Understand? Am I able to manage to live the way Troy does, the way Dorsila does? Right. Understand? Is Dorsila even happy? Yes, she's driving a Range Rover. Is she happy?
Right.
Understand?
That's very key.
Yeah. And I was like, back up. Paps, what do you have? I have this. Okay. What else do you have? You have a beautiful wife. Awesome. What else can I focus on? Oh, I have good kids. Okay. Can you be able to live in a nice apartment? Yes, I can afford that. Can I stick to that? Can I be happy about that first before I start thinking I'm going to make more money and start driving what Troy does, or start going to Java 9 times the way Dorsila does? You understand?
Rumors.
Yes. Understand?
It's funny you say that because I made a post the other day when I finished watching what's that thing on Netflix, Don't Look Up? Is that the show?
Yeah, I've watched it.
So at the end of it, this isn't a spoiler, but at the very end, before they all die,
they seriously
they're
do that.
sitting at the table, and dude says, like, they're all talking about the things that they were appreciative of, and things that they were very happy about, and it was all really basic things, like, I'm happy I got a chance to drink my favorite coffee every day. I'm happy that you fix the eggs for me this way every morning. I'm happy that I got a chance to run with my dog every day. Like real basic things when they realize what actually made them happy. And then their main character says, we actually had everything we needed. But That's all he said. And when he said that, it was like a brick against my head. I was like, whoa. You know, because sometimes you get caught up in that life, like, oh, I've got to get this and I got to get that and this and that and money, But then when you get caught up in that game, you tend to forget, like, yo, all that shit is extra. You know, like, we all want it, but do we really need it? And we actually have everything we need. You know, and that just hit me. I was just like, wow. You know, and it kind of goes along with my whole philosophy. I have this, this one I made up. This one's mine. No one has this philosophy.
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
So,
let's hear it. Let's hear
your philosophy.
It's called the white woman in the scary movie syndrome.
Ooh.
So
Can I guess? The white woman in a scary movie syndrome.
Uh-huh.
You run towards the person that's trying to kill you.
okay, that happens.
Awesome.
That happens too.
Because I'm just
And
like,
we can address that because that's
people,
another syndrome.
Why? What's wrong with you?
That is very
I'm gonna go and check it out again.
Yeah, exactly. It's dark. I'm a woman. It sounds in a dark house. Like, who does that?
Why?
You know, that's why they say black people in scary movies, like, they wouldn't last long. Because we'd run. We would not go searching for anything.
Why?
Yeah.
Black people, we don't wait for.
Nah. I think that's international.
Is that a
If
snake?
you're black,
Is that a snake?
anywhere
Okay.
in this world, you're not going to go see what that sound is.
We're not doing that.
But let's get back to my whole philosophy.
Okay.
So basically what it is, you know, when you're watching a scary movie and the white lady, she's running through the woods and the monster's really slow, like really freaking slow. But she's running, and then she trips and falls. And then you're like, get up, get up. And she just lays there and she cries. And she, you're like, get up. Then this slow ass monster catches her and kills her. That's how I look at life and problems. Like, if you fall, get the freak up. There's no time to be laying there crying and oh, they don't like me. Oh, they didn't like my presentation. Oh, I didn't get that business. Oh, this, oh, that. Whatever problem you have, you can lay there maybe 15 seconds and get over that shit. But you gotta get up and keep it moving. Yeah. And that's been my entire life. I get knocked down every freaking day. People think that, oh, Troy, your life is great. You just this and that. And I'm like, yo, I get my ass kicked. You know, a friend of mine from New Year's was like, oh, Troy, it seems like you had a great year this year. And I was like, honestly, out of the 365 days, I probably lost like 330 days. And they were like, what? And I was like, what? My belief is, as long as God touches me every morning, allows me to get up and fight, I'm good. I'm good. I have a blessed day. Even if I got my ass kicked 10 times the day before, as long as he touches me and allows me to get up in the morning, I'm good.
You're good.
You wake up.
You know, as long as I can fight, I'm good.
That's fine.
I actually want to just reiterate something that you've said that's so powerful is we have everything that we need. You know, there's nothing outside of me that I need.
Right.
Everything that I need is within me, is with me. Stop looking at yourself like a means to an end and look at yourself as the end. You get, like, I'm here to do this. I'm here to be performative. I'm here to gain. I'm here to do this or to be that. I like your white
white lady in a scary movie.
Yeah, because it speaks about moving from a place of pain to power.
Yeah.
You know, tapping back into your power, tapping back into who you are, instead of laying down there and being a victim and being like, oh my God, I'm gone.
And allowing your problems just to pile up on you. Because when you cry and you just lay there, you're just digging a hole for yourself, and you're not moving forward. And life is about moving forward. You know, getting past problems, solving those problems, and keeping it moving.
There's this one thing I tell people every single day. Everyone has their own story. Understand? So you don't get to scream to everyone else about your own.
Right.
Yeah. Try and figure out yours. Try to talk to people to get help. But don't think that yours is special.
Right.
www.iconradio.co.ke is the place to get this conversation. It's heated up. It's Troy in the building.
Yeah.
And Dorsila is comfortable today because manze
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Icon Radio KE on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and
good sweat.
Yeah.
Icon Radio.
Yes. On the way back, it's getting a little bit emotional. It's getting deep. So put your seatbelt on.
Literally.
Put your seatbelt on and actually maybe take a tissue because you're about to cry. You're about to get deeper, man. About to get deep.
So, right now I want us to build up on what we were saying in the previous, before we went on break. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So before we go into it, before we go deeply into it, you can catch this conversation on www.iconradio.co.ke. We would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions on this show.
You have nice nails.
Thank you. That's very random.
That's nice. He spoke about nails.
I'm a random cat.
Yeah, it's very random.
And no one's ever said that to you in the middle of an interview.
No,
you have nice nails.
Well,
I'm like, Paps, you're sleeping on the job.
Paps,
No.
I've never complimented her.
No.
Bro, come on, homie.
Nah.
Sleeping on the job. What's wrong with you?
That's why you're here. That's why we brought you here. That's your job, eh? To notice things that I don't understand and mess up my relationship in the studio. Understand? So Icon Radio KE on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is the place to get this conversation. And make sure when you comment in the comment segment, it's not like we know it all. We want you to just give. We are giving you our thoughts.
Yeah, perspective.
Yeah, we're brainstorming. That's why the show is called the Afterthought. You go think about it. If you think Troy said something that has touched your life, comment there. Touch someone else's life. And let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. There's something we are introducing. It's called the coping segment. Yeah.
Please, we want to cope.
The
Troy
coping
coping
segment.
cope. He's all over with tissue and. Can you cope? Hair? I know. I'm like.
No, it just means he's well hydrated.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the coping segment today. Hopefully we're talking about moving from a place of pain to power, and one of the strategy that I think is important is not blaming people about your issues and your problems.
Yes.
It's the government, it's my mother, it's my father, it's my situation, I don't have money.
Life is unfair.
There's that one. Not
Troy has a lot of money more than me.
Right. No.
It's Pap's fault, or it's someone else's fault other than you. Because if you keep on blaming people for why things are not working out in your own life, then you never see yourself as the solution to your own life or to your own problems. So you being Troy, you being an amazing guy who is probably
who commented on your nails. You people should tell me where this for you.
My friend, look for things to comment about. Yeah. Okay,
I will.
Yeah. So maybe you can tell us in your life, at what point did you feel like everything is working against me, and how did you pull yourself out of it?
Wow. I've had from the many. If you're adventuresome like myself, in regards to just trying everything, you mentioned something earlier about you never want to say that you wish you had tried.
No.
My mom taught me that when I was younger. Like, Troy, I never want you to go through life ever saying, I wish I would have, or I wish I should have. She was just like, go for it, everything. So my entire life, I've always bucked the odds. I've gone against the trend. I've gone against, my parents didn't want me to go to Howard because they thought I was going to party and all the time, which I did. But I also got
I hope mom and dad,
grades.
you're listening to this.
I got decent grades too. I was able to manage that. And then my pop swore I was going to get somebody pregnant when I was in college. That didn't happen. So I bucked those odds. Then they both probably thought I was going to have a baby before I got married. I didn't. I had my first child married, you know, and I didn't get married until my mid-30s. So I've always been like, no matter how many losses, I've had more losses than wins, but I've done some great things. That's the cool thing about, if you lose, just wait for them wins. Because if you lose 10 times and get one win, that one win can cover up the 10 losses. You know, and that's why you just gotta fight every day. Because you never know. It's like fishing. You go out on the boat, it's better to have more than one rod out there fishing. It's good if you could go out on the boat and put rods all the way around the boat. You're gonna have a better chance of catching something. Yeah. And Lord knows what you're gonna catch. You might catch 10 little fish, but then you might catch a whale. And my thing is always like every day when I get up, especially since I've been here in Kenya, I don't know what it's in the air. I don't know what it is here, but it was like a shot of adrenaline to my soul when I first moved here. Like I look younger now than I did 7 years ago when I first came here. And I think it's a combination of just, well, actually, I kind of know. I got another philosophy.
All right.
And this one's kind of, it's not racist or anything like that, so I'm going to preface that first. But I was here for 7 months, and this is to all African Americans or people of color that originally their people came from this continent. Yeah. So this is out to all y'all. I was here for 7 months, and then I woke up one morning and I felt really happy and I felt really light. Those two words, happy and light. And I couldn't figure out what the freak it was. So for days, the next day I felt that way. Next day. 4 days in, I finally realized what it was. I was like, whoa, I don't have to deal with any of that racial crap in the States anymore. Wow. And I was like, I literally felt like I've been carrying a refrigerator on my back my entire life as a black man. Of all that, just going into a store, security following you, waiting in a restaurant and them seating the white family before they seat your family, going for a job interview and knowing you the best candidate, but you didn't get the job because you're black. Or pitching in a boardroom and you know because you have dreadlocks and you're black, you didn't get the job because they just couldn't quite relate to you. You know, all that pressure, worrying about the cops and you know, getting killed if you just go to the corner store to get some milk. You know, just all that energy that black people have to deal with globally outside this continent. That shit is heavy, and we don't even realize that we're dealing with it. So I've been carrying all this stress and negative energy on my back like a refrigerator my entire life, and it disappeared when I came here.
Just like,
and that's why I said light, because I felt like I am not carrying this refrigerator on my back anymore. And then when I realized that, then I actually even got emotional. Wow. You know, because I was just like, I wish everybody could feel this, because you don't, it's like being in an abusive relationship and that's the only relationship you've ever been in. You just feel like, God, I'm supposed to get my ass beat every day, I guess. You know, you just like, I guess this is how it is because that's all you know. So if all you know is all this negative energy that happens in the States, then you just deal with it and it's just part of your life and you don't even think about it. But slowly, that crap is killing you. You know, hence why we have higher blood pressure and higher cholesterol levels and all those other kind of like bad things in the States because of all that pressure that we deal with daily, you know, with being black.
Goodness, that's super, super deep. And when you landed, you're like, no one cared who you are, no one cared where you're going. Yeah. Everyone,
nobody's looking at me funny. Yeah, like no one's thinking I'm gonna steal something when I walk in a zucchini. Like I'm gonna steal some carrots or something. Like, what the freak?
If anything, they're smiling at you. And
everybody's nice. Whoa, you know, everybody's cool. Yeah. You know, so that's a beautiful thing about living here.
And actually, that's really deep. And I when you were speaking, I just leaned back and was like, people need to hear this, understand? Because most people think that life outside this country is the best life.
I love debating with Kenyans on that shit. And they're like, "Oh, I want to move to the States. I want to." I'm like,
you know, that was
why,
me, right?
I'm like, why you think I'm here? Like, if it was all that, like,
Stop.
Understand?
It's not all that.
And these are things we should really, really make people understand. Not only Kenyans, but people around Africa. Understand? To understand that you can still have a life here and get more money here.
Yes.
All you need to do is use your effing mind.
Yes.
And be creative.
Yep.
Or work towards getting whatever you're getting.
Very true.
Understand? Because every single time I used to tell my mom, may her soul rest in peace, I used to tell my mom, you guys want me to go to the States, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm going to work right here. There's more money that I'm like,
smart man.
Right here. You understand? You have to go to Dubai, you know. Right here. As we're speaking, we had a really, really big fight with my wife because she is also she has a citizenship in Canada because she's raised in Canada and she was born in India because she's pure Indian. So she's like, okay, now for me I want to go and raise the kids in Canada. I'm like, I'm good. My career will still continue. I love you all. I'll still love you the same way. You guys go. I'll come and visit as much as I can.
Right.
Understand? But I am not changing my stand when it comes to moving away from my motherland. Understand?
Africa is the future of the world. I mean, it's the future. Everyone, every statistic, every study, everything. It's the future of this freaking world. I personally believe, I've been to 10 African countries, that Nairobi could lead Africa in being the future of the world. You know, because we have everything here to do that. So here's a good. One of my good friends used to work at Tribe, and he trained it. Tribe is a really nice hotel.
I know.
And he used to train the staff there. And he's like, Troy, you know, I want to go to New York and work in the hotel industry. And I was like, bruh, you're training the staff here. You know what's going to happen when your ass goes to New York? He's like, what? I was like, they're going to put a top hat on you and a black suit, and you're going to be greeting white people and taking their baggage. You're going to be the door greeter at the front of the hotel. Yes, sir, ma'am. How are you, sir? Can I take your bag, sir? That's what you're going to be doing every day. I said, right now, you're a manager in one of the best hotels in Kenya. Why would you want to go to the States and be greeting people at the front door, and that's how you're going to have to start out? Like, it makes no sense. I said, why don't you build a management company that trains hotel workers, since you're really good at that? Like, that's needed here. Like, there's no reason. Use what you got to get what you need.
www.iconradio.co.ke is the place to get this conversation because it's heated up.
And if you're thinking about leaving the country, please let us know in the comments
Please,
section.
if you think about leaving the country,
if we
keep
have
your
changed
ass
your
us, because Troy is going to change your mind.
No reason to leave Kenya. None.
Icon Radio.
All right, welcome back to Icon Radio, the Afterthought. We're here with Troy, who is literally giving us life.
Y'all give me life. That's something I learned from my father too. To hang around younger people because they just give you younger energy. If you hang around a bunch of old folks, you know, you won't be old.
Who wants to be old? Who wants to be old?
No, I want to be old. Living.
Okay.
But my approach to life, I want to keep the old wisdom, but I want to keep a youthful vibe and energy, because that keeps you. My mom does the same. She hangs around like younger people, and you just keep that energy. You know, it's Steve getting old. Steve.
That is awesome. We were talking about moving from a place of pain to power, and which is amazing. The other coping mechanism that I had is stop blaming yourself, stop shaming yourself. It has happened. You need to move forward.
In short, it starts with you.
You know, like, because a lot of people, fine, it's easier. I feel like blaming others, that we can deal with, that we can clear up. That one we can be like, okay, I've stopped blaming people.
No, I'm not
but blaming yourself, that stuff can eat you up.
Yes.
Yeah, it can
And
eat
you don't get out of it. It's like a dark hole.
Yeah.
You're just there in a dark hole. Just, and I call that the devil, like, because I think it is.
Yeah.
He wants you to be there. He doesn't want you to prosper. He doesn't want you to be happy. He wants you to think of all the negative F-ups that you've done. And all those things, like, he's like whispering in your ear, and you messed up this, and you didn't do this right, and you shouldn't have done this. And a lot of times people think that's God. God doesn't do that negative stuff. That's straight.
I wish you could say that again.
Just
That ain't
trying
God.
to just hold you back. He doesn't want to see you get up and run. He wants to catch you when you fall and kill your ass.
Whoa! That's enough wisdom.
He wants you to
the
stay
truth,
there. Yeah, he wants you to stay in there.
Yeah. So speaking of light, let's bring this light into the Kenyan industry. Actually, you said that you work with a lot of Kenyan artists, and you have a gaming company. You have a virtual. Is it a virtual what?
A virtual reality company.
Virtual reality company
called a digital self.
Yes.
A digital
self.
Digital self.
Yeah. So can you let's start with Kenyan music, and then the people you've worked with, and then maybe you can pick it up from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So originally, though, I started out in the music industry, as I said, like 84, actually 85, when I was at Howard University as an intern at CBS Records.
I hope these people are paying you for the advertisement. This university.
Oh no! They gave Howard University gave me so many blessings.
Okay.
If I'm at if I'm blessed to be 125, I'm shooting for 100. But if I can make 125, I will still be saying, hello, my name is Troy White. I'm from Philadelphia, and I attended Howard University.
Boom.
God, people from KU
Forever.
say that.
Two of my things that I'm very proud of, Philly and Howard. Like that's in my bones, in my blood.
So for the Kenyan content.
So started, and then while at Sony, because CBS was purchased by Sony Music in like 90, 91, I was able to work with artists like Michael Jackson and Luther Vandross and Sade.
Come again, please. I just googled his names.
Yeah, Google that name, see what pops up.
Yeah, okay.
Luther Vandross, Sade. I started Sony's first rap division in 1990. And it was the first major label to ever have a rap division. And through that, I was able to did Snoop's first record, Deep Cover, which was actually the first West Coast record to get play in New York. That record was so freaking. If you young cats out there and ladies want to hear a beat, pull up Deep Cover, Snoop, and listen to that beat. It's one of the most classic hip hop beats of all times.
I think right now, if I ever sit with any producer who's going to try and tell me that they've seen it all, I'll just tell them, shh.
Paps, you just gotta be shady.
Can you talk about something else, please? We've seen people who've seen more. So, yeah, you having a laptop and a keyboard does not make you that awesome.
No. So from working with Sony, I left in like 95 and started consulting within the music industry, and did some work with Beyonce and Kanye, and Jay-Z.
I was wondering why I was feeling connected to him.
It's because you were told you have nice nails. That's where the connection started.
You see how far they get you? Just that one little compliment, bro.
No, I'm like deep in
I am
the
a man. I have to think. I have to overthink.
I'm deep in the beehive.
She's in, bro.
Beychella and all of it.
So musically, I've been around for a long time, working and been blessed to work with a lot of great artists. But when I came here, I was like, oh my gosh, like Kenya has so many unbelievable artists that the world should know about. And the good thing that I've seen, because, and this is a huge debate that I know you probably played a part of it a couple of years ago, about should Kenyan artists have a sound? Because Nigeria has a sound, SA's got a sound. Should Kenya have a sound? I personally believe I like the diversity amongst the Kenyan artists. like Kaka doesn't sound like freaking Calligraph, who doesn't sound like Blinky Bill, who you know what I mean? It's
and we had that conversation. There's a time we were it's just a hangout. I think it was me, Willis Raburu, Antonio Soul. We had a small clique we were having in my show that I was doing, the Lantern Danny show, and then they were like, we think Kenya should have a sound, and I was like, no, because we are so diverse.
Yeah.
And if you actually listen to the people outside Kenya, they really want to come here. They're even relocating to come and stay here because of how, you understand? Because of how deep we are. We have people who do real hip hop in Kenya.
Bro, I always say, like, the most creative, like, you know, I told you dropped a couple names, just a couple. Blinky Bill, to me, is one of the most creative artists I've ever worked with in my entire freaking life. He's in the top 3 in regards to creativity. Salty Soul is in my top 3 bands that I've ever freaking worked with. You could take that group, you could take Salty Soul right now. They're so professional and their music is so freaking hot and so, it can cross cultures. And you could put them on tour with the Rolling Stones tomorrow and they would freaking kill it. 80 country tour. They would, and the white folks wouldn't even know what the hell they're saying, especially when they do the Swahili songs. But still, the energy in the songs. It was like when Paul Simon put Ladysmith Black Mambaza on tour, and there was another group from South Africa that he put on tour, and they were singing in their native language, and the crowd was like all white, but the energy was so dope that they still fell in love with the music and the artist. Because language just, in music, it just crosses culture. You don't even have to know, you can just feel the energy and vibe. Salty Soul, to me, would kill any band on this freaking continent or in the world. Like, you could put them on a world stage and they will freaking kill it. It's so much talent. Xenia performed at my event, self-plug, Groovy Thursdays at Mwimbi, the world's best restaurant, seafood restaurant. Xenia performed last week. You could put Xenia on a stage with her, with Snow Allegra, and she would be right with them toe to toe. Same thing with Fenna, you know.
Fenna is crazy, man.
Same thing with Karoon. You could put her on a stage with her or Snow Allegra or any of those other international female artists, and it would be like this. Like this. Not here, right there, toe to toe. That's the talent that's here in Kenya. And I'm just, in any kind of way, shape, or form, I've always been, you know, trying to help out and trying to get these artists exposure internationally because they deserve it.
They do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoa. So, you, because of time, you're going to tell us about what you do, about your companies.
Okay. Right now, well, we'll start with Digital Self. It's a virtual reality company based out of London. I'm the ND for Africa and for the States, and we're trying to create VR experiences for entertainment, for even things like safaris. Like, say if we go into another lockdown, you know, like museums, safaris, all that stuff, they didn't make any money at all. But now these places can make money because we can create a virtual reality experience for them. So somebody who's sitting in Camden, New Jersey, shout out to my hometown, can put on some goggles, pay $5, and then go on a safari.
Yep.
You know,
Awesome.
virtually. You know,
Boom.
and then then the safari company now can make money. You know, same thing with museums and things of that nature. So we're taking our product around and trying to make things happen.
Awesome.
You know? So that's numero uno. The other one is Kafaru, which is a gaming company, game development company that I started with 3 friends of mine 3 years ago, with the dopest gaming developer on this continent or anywhere else. And he's Kenyan. So he first created about 7 years ago when we were at EXP. He created this game called Nairobi X, which
What
was
is it
the
about?
first-person shooter game ever created on this continent. He mapped out Nairobi City, and he pictured it in 2050. So he advanced the buildings and make them look more modern. And then aliens come, and you got to save Nairobi by killing them. So it was the first-person shooting game ever made on this continent, and that did really well. So we partnered up, and I used my relationships in the music game, and formed a partnership with Rock Nation. So we did a game for J Park, which is the largest Asian rapper in the world, through Rock Nation. And we did a dance game because he's a big-time dancer. So we did a mobile dance game for him. So right now we created a game called Afro Vendetta that will hopefully be launched this year, 2022, where we take African artists and they're fighting against each other in a mobile platform. So it's like a Mortal Kombat. So imagine taking Davido and fighting against Blicky Bill.
Who would win, by the way?
You know what I mean? I'm Kenyan. Nothing against you, Davido.
Right.
But I'm on Team Kenya right now. So we're hoping to launch that game, which will be huge internationally during 2022. And then also in outdoor advertising, I've got my hands into that too, with digital smart boards. And then my basketball foundation. So all of those things, and then putting together marketing concepts for brands and events. So my newest one is Love, which I've been trying to get you to.
This time around,
you have to come to Love.
I have to.
No.
You mentioned women.
You have to tell
You
us,
mentioned
what is love?
women. I've seen women.
What is love?
You know, it's funny with Kenyans in the word love. So notice my two favorite words in the world are love and groovy. Those are my two favorite words.
You say groovy a lot.
You
say groovy a lot.
So I created a concept behind Groovy for Groovy First Thursdays at Mulama, the world's best seafood restaurant, called Groovy Thursdays, where I just told you we had Xenia perform last week. And then I took my other word, love, and created a club called Love inside of Moving Pig, one of the best hotels in all of East Africa.
Awesome.
And it's a private membership only club. So you have to be a member, which you have a membership.
Already I have a membership, man. Thanks to you.
Only members are allowed
I feel
to come.
yeah.
No.
You can join my side.
You can come to Love.
Is it a secret society?
No. But getting back to the Love, my friends are like, so Troy, this Love thing, what exactly goes on? Like,
Me too.
Love happens.
Yo, it's just called love. Like, what you think goes on? Like, and love.
I'm like, me too. I love love.
So, I like messing with people's heads. So, I'm always like, whatever you want to happen, happens at Love.
We have rooms.
Okay, yo.
We have rooms. Love. Yeah.
So, that's what makes it special. That it's a private membership only place.
And I love it because when it's private, you exactly know the number of people who are going to come, and you know every single person who's going to come.
So you can leave your phone there. You can walk away. No one's going to take
and
it.
go home.
No one's going to be shooting a video of you doing something and posting it, some dumb stuff. Like it's a group of professional, kick-ass Kenyans.
And I see very mature people, who are really influential in that. In Love, and that's one of the first reasons why I really, really wanted to join. And I asked, hey Troy, why am I not in this? And you're like, okay,
got you. Because you need to be in a place where you're a great networker.
Yeah.
Like you know how to work a room.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to be, to work. Damn near 10 people I know through my Love parties have gotten new jobs. Other placements, have done deals. This is a great place for like like-minded people to gather, have fun, network. And I just wanted to create something like that.
Yeah.
And where they feel safe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So why can they get on your social media platforms?
I'm a big IG person. I used to be a big Facebook person, but when I moved to Nairobi, I was like, let me just kind of stick to it, because I can't do freaking Twitter, Facebook,
TikTok.
IG, TikTok, all that kind of crap. Like, I don't have time for that, so I had to pick one platform.
So
I'm big on
Instagram.
the IG, yeah. I'm more active on there. So my IG is Troy _ Philly. That's PHILLY _ White. And that's, you can hit me there. And if you want to talk some business.
Yeah, there's no problem. If you want to find him, you'll see a picture of him on Obama.
I worked on your cousin's on this platform when no one knew who he was. Like when he was running for Senate. When no one knew who he was. Myself and a group of friends of mine and my ex put together events for him in New York, Philadelphia, DC to raise money for him when he was running for Senate. So
you raised money for Obama. This is nice.
Yeah.
I love this.
Oh, most definitely. We helped make that dream happen. Like,
Which is awesome.
And then after he won for president, he worked on raising money for his different foundations and things of that nature. Really cool cat. He's exactly what you think he is. Cool.
Awesome. www.iconradio.co.ke.
And he's Kenyan.
That's what it is,
bro.
And he's Kenyan.
Before we close out on the show, I just want to appreciate you, Troy, for just coming
appreciate you
through and sharing with us and inspiring our audience, because I feel like this show was super, super inspiring. And just the tips that you've shared with us, your experience, you're literally opening up our minds and even our listeners' minds. So we just want to just show gratitude.
No, thank you guys.
We'll cry later, though.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having an old dude here. So,
bro, you're not old.
You're not old.
You should walk in those streets and see how ladies are going to yes, Mr. Troy.
Let me ask you something. Have you heard of something called Mubaba?
Nah, what's Mulaba?
We will talk about it when you come back.
When you come back, you are the Mubaba.
Mubaba, wow.
C-O-K-E.
Nice.
As a place to be. Look at our conversation. Thank you very much, Troy, for coming through. And our social media platforms.
Icon Radio KE on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and a
Blessings.
Paps _MC. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And like Troy, I'm on all social media platforms.
Okay.
Icon Radio.